I've always wanted to play Mario Kart, but the Nintendo Switch is freaking expensive, and I am broke. So ladies with gentle hands and gentlemen, I'm gonna make my own Mario Kart. And then I'm gonna send it to the idol, the admired, the loved, the creator of Mario Kart himself, Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto. My only goal for this video is to make Shigeru fall in love with my own version of Mario Kart and then hopefully sell that game to him for $299 and become as rich as all your mom's boyfriends combined. All in the hopes to finally get myself that Nintendo Switch. Yep, that Nintendo Switch to play Mario Kart. But before we get too much into the dream, let's make the dream itself. Yeah, that didn't make any fucking sense. What I really mean is, let's make the game first. I first created a project and named it Mario Kart. So apparently, I didn't want to get sued, so I had to change the name to something very unique. A name that is very rare. Stereo Kart. Yeah, I just changed the first two letters. Kinda unique, is it? After that, I stared at the blank unity scene for 2 minutes and then I realized, will I die without a girlfriend? One more thing I realized is that I need a kart. So I made a cube and gave it some wheels. I mean, isn't that what a kart is anyway? Then I needed to make the kart move. For that, I watched some tutorials and then I realized programming is just like my love life. I'll never get it. So I ended up just getting a script from my friends at Mix and Jam. And although my Instagram friend request is still pending, I consider them my friends. I mean, I consider the whole world my friends. Hey.
Fuck you.
Alright, so the car is all set up. Let's hit play. What the fuck? After some trial and error, and some more trials, and more errors than the trials, I got it working. Yeah, baby, look at that Stereo Kart go. Just wait till you see this, Mr. Shigeru. You're gonna love it. One of the reasons I'm making this game is because I just love Shigeru. If you don't know, he's one of the most hardworking and kind and humble game developer in the world. If he had not created this little fella, the gaming industry might have been dead. Guys, can we just all comment, I love Shigeru? He needs to hear that. Then I set up a drifting mechanism, just like the real game. How cool is that? And then it was time to open a blender and make a real car. And I think it's time to get a real job too, because this card looks like a piece of shit. Then I remade the card, but this time, I took some inspiration from the internet. Maybe a little too much of it. We don't need to worry about that, because now we've got a real working card. But the only problem now is that yeah, I don't even know what to call this fucking problem. So I fixed that undefinable problem with my programming skills and now it drives like a normal kart. Now before I add any racetracks to this game, I believe this kart needs a driver. Now my first choice of course was Mario, but something stopped me. So my friends, let me introduce to you Good Lad. The first thing about Good Lad is he's good cause good lad. So, Good Lad. The second thing about Good Lad is he wears a t-shirt with sunglasses and thinks he's cool just like the man who made him. The last thing about Good Lad is, he's a good driver. Only if he's in the seat, not in the fucking air. So I fixed that and then I attached his hands to the steering wheel. Because without it, he looks very weird. I mean, what the fuck are you doing, Good Lad? Now before I add some more of the coolest characters you have ever seen, I added some particle effects. Yes, baby. First is the drift particle effect. Then I made the fire exhaust particle effect for the boost. How cool is that? With that, particle effects were done. Now racing alone in this track kinda made me sad and lonely. So I added some ML agents. So basically how this works is ML agents have raycast detectors. We don't need to tell them anything. They learn everything themselves. But these don't look like to be learning. What the fuck? Yeah, I fucked up probably somewhere. So I had to dump the whole idea of ML agents and just ended up with a waypoint system. And all I needed to do now is add these waypoints for the AI to follow. Now, we've got enemies to race against. This is fun. I love this game. I hope Shigeru does too, so we can make that deal, you know? Now it's time to make some tracks to race on. Now there is one problem with tracks. They can be too narrow, because then the game will feel too fast and just you won't know what's happening. And they can be too wide like your mum, because that's just too goddamn wide. And the game will feel slow. So I watched the gameplay of the Rainbow Road track in Mario Kart. Then I utilized all my mathematical skills and calculated the size of the track, which is about 7 times the size of the kart. With that in mind, let's make the first track. So I first made a road, then I made it infinite. I forgot that I had to rotate it. So I rotated the road and added some of that desert style land. And utilizing the particle system, I added some cactuses. Oh yes, and desert style grass. And that was all for the first track. Now have you noticed with all these karting games, although they all have the word kart in their names, but they never have a go-karting track. Well, that's not the case with the game developers at Stereo Kart. We deliver what we promise. So here's the go-karting track. Now this race line is missing some text. Now what better software to make textures than one or only MS fucking Paint? Yes, fuck Photoshop. In MS Paint, we can use our brush and write whatever our hearts desire. So I wrote down the word start, and this is how it turned out. MS Paint never disappoints. Now it ain't a go-karting track until there are some guys who are showing you flags. So I went to Sketchfab and downloaded this very heroic looking man and gave him a flag. Whoa, wrong flag. So I gave him the right flag, then twisted some of his bones and gave him some animations. And now we have got dudes with flags all around the track. Now for the final track, I wanna make something like Rainbow Road. But as we have been threatened multiple times in this video, I can't make it exactly the same. So I made Purple Road. Yep, Purple Road in space with planets. Lots of planets. So now my friends, let me introduce to you the characters of this game. Number 1 is Good Lad. You've already met him. And number 2 is Burgario. He's from Mexico and supplies cooking. And his cart is a burger. And he is also a goddamn burger too. I don't know why. On number 3 is the idol, the admired, the loved, the creator of Mario Kart, Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto. Yep. This is gonna increase my chances of selling this game to him. Entrepreneur mind, baby. Now Shigeru likes to ride on his Mario Kart. Now definitely change the M of the kart to an S. I think that'll keep us safe from getting sued. Next is Mr. White. No, not Walter White. This one's just white. And his kart is also white. Beware, Karens. You might love this character a little too much. On number 5 is Mr. Boxers. He only wears a pink boxer and rides a white boxer kart. And finally on number 6 is Ghosty. Yeah, at this point I was just out of goddamn ideas, so I just made any random shit that I could think of. But he looks cool. Okay, then I added the cards to the game so we can race against them. After that was done, I added a position tracking system. It also shows your name. That's pretty cool. And then I added a lap counter, a lap timer, so you can track your lap time in case you're into that sort of stuff. Now there's one very unique thing you might have noticed about the UI. It looks like horse shit. So I fixed the UI and now it looks dope. Now my friends, all that's left between completing this game and me getting my $299 from Mr. Shigeru himself is just some sound effects, a bit of music, and a game loop with some main menus and stuff. And with that, fuck's sake, the game is done. I just need to dance and celebrate. The job's not done yet. We still need to send this game to Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto. Will he make the deal and buy my game for $299? Don't know. Let's find out. So I opened up Gmail, typed out my proposal to Mr. Shigeru of the $299. Hello, Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto. I hope you're doing great. I love Mario Kart, but I can't play Mario Kart because I need a $299 Nintendo Switch for it. I have made a game just like Mario Kart. Some say it's even better, but never mind. It's called Stereo Kart. This game is very unique and offers a playful experience. I was wondering if you'd like to buy a Stereo Kart for $299 only. I've attached the game files and I'll be waiting for the payment. Thanks, your biggest fan, although I'm just 5'5", never mind, Anshuman Stark. And then I attached the game files and sent it to Mr. Shigeru. And then I waited. Six months later, I didn't get my Nintendo Switch. I never heard back from Mr. Shigeru. I don't even know if he even saw the message. But one day, I was just out jogging, and I saw something on the ground. There were exactly $299 on the ground. At first I thought it was a prank or something, so I looked around, but I couldn't see anyone. Although I would have loved to take that money and get myself a Nintendo Switch, but my mama taught me otherwise. I still wonder who on earth put them there.